Hello, everyone. It's Michael Jaco with Unleashing Intuition Secrets. So I've been following crypto for quite some time. I've been recommending crypto for quite some time. So I've been recommending specific crypto for some time to a lot of you out there. I don't know who's listening, but if you have been, I know some of you have told me that you've done really well with crypto. So my crypto, one of those that I recommended, is up 5,000%, and it's going to go higher. So if you guys are still on the fence with crypto, I don't understand, because I've been like beating this drum for quite some time. Crypto, silver, gold, platinum, NASDAQ. So if you guys are still on the fence on this stuff, like, I don't know, I think the market's going to crash. It's not going to crash for a little while. So only invest. Mike is not a stock expert. Mike is not an expert in financial planning, although he has done unbelievably well with his intuitive insights over the last year or so, and has helped many of you, I hope. So I'm trying to help more of you. This, as we go forward, we will not have lack. We will not have lack. You will not have lack. If you think lack, you will have lack. But those of us that focus on success, focus on, abundance, we will have that, right? That is the way the new consciousness is going to rock. So let's look at what crypto's doing today, right? So it's fun when you're a winner, right? I like being a winner. I've been a winner my whole life, pretty much. So let's look at what's going on in the market. The market for crypto, of course, Bitcoin, 63,000. So I started looking at crypto again because I said, when it had reached its peak at around 17,000, I said, get out because it's going to crash. So it crashed around 3,000 as when I saw it started to turn around. I said, it's time to look at crypto. So here we are. You guys that are still sitting in XRP, good job. You guys are looking really pretty. Is XRP going to be the one that's chosen? We've been hearing that. I don't know. That's just what I'm going to say, right? I have recommended ADA Cardano, which has done extremely well since I've recommended it. I've also recommended Dogecoin. Dogecoin, when I invested in it a long time ago, before it was like 1 cent, was well before it was 1 cent, has done unbelievably well. All right. I believe Dogecoin is going to continue to do well. That's just my insights. Only invest what you can lose, right? So that's all I have to say about that. I have other crypto that I've invested in. I move money around, put it in other things, and it's done extremely well. So today, Dogecoin is up 52% alone, right? I've seen it like peaking just a little while ago up to 12. It's backed off a little bit. Could be a buying opportunity. Could crash. I don't know. So, but I think it goes higher. Who's invested in Dogecoin? Elon Musk. So Elon Musk is accepting crypto for his beautiful cars. All right. So Elon Musk has done extremely well for himself. So when a multi-billionaire goes big on something, better pay attention, right? So as far as I know, he's still invested in it, $1 billion in Dogecoin. So he must be like dancing in the streets right now. And you guys that have basically listened to me are also dancing in the streets. All right, let's move on. CNN, love these guys, right? CNN executive admits propaganda to defeat Trump. Now, when you play this in Project Veritas, and I'm not going to play it because you social media sites just don't like, when you expose some stuff, and that's what these guys over at Project Veritas do. So he's basically saying that we were the ones, CNN, We are the reason why Trump was defeated. Right? And they're pretty happy about that. So they believe in their little fantasy world, and that's fine. In some ways, maybe they're right. So we'll let them have their little fantasy. Of course, we know that there was other kind of manipulations that went on. So Project Veritas also catches another stunning emission. So I've been talking about this. Matt Gaetz have been talking about this for weeks since they started coming out, attacking him. And I said this was going to be a big fat, blowback on them. Well, it remains to be seen. Maybe they'll get away with it. I don't know. Uh, in some cases, they kind of got away with, as they're saying, with Trump being defeated, right? So who knows? Chester says Gaetz can cause hiccups in the passing of legislation, and therefore they want to make sure to keep scandal in the news to keep hurting him because he hurts them. He takes away their little deep state ploys at controlling consciousness and taking down humanity. So what else? We have Trump destroys fake news CNN, calls for Eric Swalwell to be removed from House Intel Committee. He goes on to say they made a fake story about Matt Gaetz, that he didn't want anything to do with him because Matt Gaetz was tainted. And these are my words. And that was a big fat lie, that CNN constantly makes stuff up. Gaetz spokesman Harlan Hill told CNN that no such meeting was requested by the congressman with Trump. Republican Gaetz was welcomed to Trump Doral this week and has not sought to meet with President Trump himself. So it goes in here, it says, the CNN story is complete fake news. No such scheduling or meeting request was ever made. Now, why is this important that we spread this information? Because they're trying to control the narrative. They've been controlling the narrative for quite some time. And we just like sit back and go, oh, that's stupid. That doesn't exist. And they continue to control the narrative. And those people that are weak-minded and can't think for themselves get caught up in this and go down a dark road like we're seeing right now for a lot of things. So we have to start speaking out. We have to start sharing this information. We have to start talking about this information, arguing about this information if need be, and start to push back. We need to start controlling the narrative here because they have done a very good job of doing that. I've watched this happen all over the world. I remember being in Afghanistan, and basically deep state operations came in, as I look back on it now, Project Mockingbird, and they were putting out information because look at Afghanistan. No one's been able to control Afghanistan. Alexander the Great, maybe a slight exception, but it took him longer than anywhere else. He basically crushed through the Persian Empire, which no one had been able to crush. And he crushed it. And then he got to Afghanistan, and he spent more time in Afghanistan than he spent in all of his other campaigns combined. So it was quite challenging for him. I've been in Alexander the Great Fort in a place in Afghanistan. Fabulous. I love history, so I got to actually see that. But the Afghanistan people are quite the warriors. They're quite the warriors. So we were putting out in papers that, because we would see because like me, I used to play Cowboys and Indians, and I used to play both sides, actually. I like being the Indian and winning as winning Indian too. So there is like this thing that, little boys do where they see themselves as warriors. I used to play with my army men all the time, and imaginary battle scenes and all kind of crazy stuff. We used to run around in the woods and shoot each other with BB guns, until I remember one time a BB hit me right here between my eyes. I'm like, I'm done. That could have been my eye. And then, you always hear, they could put your eye out. Hello. Thank you for making it so obvious that it was very close and didn't actually happen. So, you probably think of that one story in the what was that one story? Christmas Story, where the kid's like, he wants a BB gun, and he gets a BB gun, and I guess he gets shot in the head, and his mom comes out, he's crying, his mom comes out, what happened? And he goes, oh, an icicle fell off the roof and hit me in the head. So kind of like me. No, I remember going home, and my mom was like, What happened to you? I was running through the woods and hit a branch. So, we make this stuff up and try and keep this stuff. But anyway, getting to the story of Afghanistan. So they put out this basically fake news that it was very wrong to run around with toy guns for children, right? So they're trying to basically change the consciousness of the warrior in Afghanistan. And just like they have been doing here in America and elsewhere in the world, making men less than men. So that's their intent, so that we no longer can go against them. We're just like, just little puppies, little sweet men, and we don't fight back. So we're seeing a lot of that now. But my call is for men to wake up, become awakened to the evil that's among us, and start to push back on this stuff. So Trump issued his own statement Monday evening. Fake news, CNN, relying on all anonymous sources, meaning they probably made the whole thing up, wrote a very dishonest story claiming Congressman Matt Gaetz asked for a meeting with me at Mar-a-Lago in Palm Beach, Florida, and was denied. This is completely false. So Trump, being a great warrior, has been fighting back for a very long time against these guys. He has set the example. We all need to do the same thing. Not want to miss an opportunity to shame CNN, Trump called on the network to investigate and write about lightweight Democrat Congressman Eric Swalwell, who had a torrid and physical relationship with the Chinese spy Fang Fang, but is somehow on the once prestigious House Intelligence Committee. Swalwell, who ran for president, see how he's controlling the narrative against these guys? They hate that. That's why he has no more social media. But still, his information gets out there. And soon we will have other platforms that we will go to. Swalwell, who ran for president and dropped out with a record-setting 0% in the polls, has been compromised and is a national security threat to the United States. I say that he is a traitor, and we know what we do with traitors. He should be removed from the committee immediately. So how's this guy still there? It's unbelievable to me. So, things are very, very manipulated and controlled, and I think that's going to turn around here in a little bit. So, there's all kind of alien species out there. There's insectoids, and I'll just kind of leave it there.
Within a month of arriving in Washington, Ocasio-Cortez had amassed a larger social media presence than any member of Congress in the first month. As of today, she's got 12.6 million Twitter followers. That's nearly twice as many as Nancy Pelosi has, and Pelosi's been doing this for half a century. So Ocasio-Cortez has one of the largest political megaphones on earth, but she wants more than that. She now insists that not only should she be able to speak totally unfiltered to millions of people at once, but that nobody should be allowed to disagree with what she says. In February, her office sent a mass email to supporters asking them
no one should be allowed to disagree with what she says. Kind of sounds like social media right now, right? That's how I lost my YouTube channel. They had over 200,000. That's how I no longer have a Twitter account. So on and on and on. But these guys can get away and say whatever they want, and it's okay. All right. So funeral aid. What is this? How is this working out? Funeral aid program allows death certificates to be altered for those who may have died of COVID. If your loved one's death certificate doesn't have COVID listed, you can have it put in, said New York Rep. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. So that's kind of like an incentive to maybe fudge things, right? So you get your relatives, because they dumped a bunch of money into the system to, increase these numbers for COVID, right? How about that? So you get to fudge things. Well, Granny could have died of COVID. Yeah, let's put that in there. And now we get, what is it? How much do they get? How much money do they get to? I don't know. How much is a normal, funeral cost? 15,000, 20,000. Oh, here it is. The reimbursed amount maxes out at 9,000 per deceased individual and 35,500 per application. Oh my God. They're giving away everything, right? All you gotta do is fudge things, and it's unbelievable what these guys are getting away with. When is this going to stop? It's insane. So I said in my last YouTube that riots will return and worse. And in that, I talked about this one secret event, secret contents of Evergreen container ship. Now, why is this important? Why am I bringing this back up again? Why did I think about bringing it up to begin with? Because Mike's intuitive and Mike knows things before they happen. And that's what you can do, of course. So let's look at this. So you can pull this up and look at this yourself. These people are speaking in Turkish. Let's.
Biliyor musunuz? Şimdi burada söyleyeceğim şeyi anlamak için biz...
But you can read the information that they have down there. Now, in order to understand what I mean, we have written an article about this on anythingillicit.com and expose this further. So what does he talk about down here? So we have different sites you can go into. Let's go into the secret contents of Evergreen. So this is, from his perspective. I don't know where he gets his information. My information was from remote viewing. I said if certain things had happened, and I still stick by that. I still believe them. Will they be revealed? I think so at some point. Maybe not exactly as I saw them, like this is kind of showing. He says, following the COVID-19 scam, the global capitalist powers plan was to put in motion the second scene of the movie and play the climate card. Unfortunately, the process was interrupted by the Evergreen operation. Upon hearing the bad news, all of a sudden, European countries started reporting higher COVID-19 cases and imposing new lockdowns. As you would appreciate, this event caused a major setback to the second phase of the game. I would like to express my gratitude to those who took part and interrupted this dirty process. Wow, what a ship, wasn't it? Now, since this plan was turned upside down, global capital powers, all business plans started to go wrong. And then he goes on to talk about Mr. Biden, which I will not say other than saying that, Mr. Biden, and that's it. So you can't say anything else because it goes against the narrative and then we'll shut you down. So he was talking about how they were going to have climate change. That's right. Climate change. Somehow they were going to 5G and this process that was going to be delivered all throughout the world and was going to start to increase climate change. Now, his point was that was stopped out. Was it? Was it actually stopped out? Let's go into this a little bit deeper. What's the news now? What's the news, guys? Major news outlets pledge to start calling climate change a climate emergency. So start listening for that. A number of major news organizations worldwide, ranging from Scientific American, which is, I used to love that. It's no longer scientific. And the Columbia Journalism Review, The Guardian, Al Jazeera, have signed a place to begin referring to climate change as climate emergency. And they're reporting. Scientific America has agreed with major news outlets worldwide to start using the term climate emergency in its coverage of climate change. Now, those are the very low vibrational thinking are going to fall for this like they have already. It used to be global warming. Now it's global change, climate change. Climate change is a problem. Climate change, you can take that either way. If there's like a heat spell, you can go, look, climate change. Or if it gets really cold, you can go climate change. So, but people don't get this, it's funny to me. It really is, but it's sad as well. Sometimes I feel like I look at some people like the mask wearers and so forth, and the people that are doing that. I look at them as if they're behind a glass wall, and I see them. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. And I feel like I'm in a different level, and I'm rising. I'm ascending in consciousness. I just look back on them, and they're like yelling at me behind a glass wall, and it's like darkly. They're behind a dark glass wall. And really, they're starting to fade to me. All right, so there's people like that out there, and it's very sad. I think they're going to get another cycle, another 25,000 year cycle to like, raise their consciousness. And that's just kind of the way it is. So climate emergency, guys, you're going to start to hear that. And when you hear that, you're going to, from now on, you're going to say, oh, they're manipulating the coverage of climate again. All right. So don't get spun up by it. Just see it for what it is. Look at those guys behind the dark glass and go, that's interesting. Don't get caught up in it. All right, market watch. Okay, like I've told you guys, I've invested in the NASDAQ ETF. It's doing extremely well. It's going to continue to do extremely well because we're going to pump this thing. We're going to pump this thing. Gold and silver will be suppressed, even though today it went up a little bit because they're talking about inflation not being a problem. So these unbelievable experts have always been wrong, actually, haven't they? And so when they cry that something's going to go a certain way, I'm like, I don't know. I don't know about that. Crypto's blowing up. Bitcoin 63,000, and I was like beating it. It's time to get in. It's time to look at this. Back when it was 3,000. Now back then, didn't have much going on, so I couldn't invest in it. But I've been investing in the little guys, and like I said, one of them has done 5,000% return. So you can find them. They're still out there. You have to do your research. Like I said, I think Dogecoin still goes higher. You guys that have invested in Ripple, you guys are looking awesome. I pulled out of it when they started to hammer it, and I was like, maybe it'll still work, but I can find something else that's going to work even better. And that's what I did. All right. So gold, silver, if you can't afford gold, get a lot of silver. You should get a lot of silver. And if you can afford it, get what you can. Like I've been saying, 100 here, 100 there. Just keep putting it in when you get it. They're keeping it suppressed. So this is an extremely good buying opportunity, guys. So I can't stress that enough. A lot of experts have been saying get in silver. They've been saying it for a while. I've been saying it for a while. I'm pretty happy with what I have right now. I think it's going to do exceptionally well going forward. I think the NASDAQ continues to go up for a little bit longer. Some point, maybe gets a little hiccup. And then I option it. I go options on it, option trading, and, pile in some more money. And then at some point, it's going to turn back around and it's going to roar, because I think Mr. Big T, Nani, comes back in and makes things go interestingly. Because all these guys are think they got control of this thing. And when Donnie comes back in, it's going to be like, oh my God. So it could be a little hiccup in this little manipulation party. And that's kind of what I see. But, I think maybe not. It's a possibility that before I was like, this thing's going to crash. And I'm like, well, they're going to manipulate this up. Okay. So it's not going to happen yet, but maybe Donnie comes back in and makes things go smoothly. And we'll see, because he did it last time. And but the people that have manipulated the market will, I believe, be held accountable. The people that have manipulated silver and gold markets will be held accountable. So when that comes up, those markets go boom. And I'm not saying like a little boom. I'm talking like neutron, like a nuclear bomb boom. So do what you want. Please, if you got something to put in some of that, put it in there. But like I say, I'm not an investment professional. I'm just an intuitive dude that does really well. Trust your own intuition. If you don't know about intuition, I have courses for that. Johnson & Johnson vaccine pause. What to know if you got or scheduled the shot. So the CDC committee to hold emergency meeting for J&J COVID-19 shot on Wednesday afternoon. It's like, yeah, how long do we need to pause this before we sneak it back in? I don't know. U.S. COVID vaccine program faces setback with J&J jab, as experts say there is no cause for alarm. Now look at that. They say J&J jab even on Market Watch. So it's like no one wants to say that thing anywhere, so they get shut down. That's funny. J&J will not have a significant impact on our vaccination plan, White House says. Red blood clots tied to J&J COVID-19 shot are similar to issues with AstraZeneca's vaccine, FDA official says, which has been largely shut down in Europe. So, I mean, we have free choice. You guys, I hope you're out there making intelligent decisions. Some people won't. It's, it is what it is. So what does it say about this vaccine? What to know? Blood clots. Background: the Food and Drug Administration and the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention released a joint statement on Tuesday morning recommending, you don't have to, just like you don't have to do that thing. Recommending a temporary halt in the distribution of Johnson & Johnson's COVID-19 vaccine while they examine 6 severe cases of rare blood clots. Now, so by their math, they're saying that only like 1 in a million. It's less than 1 in a million vaccinated people. Extremely rare, right? So believe what you want, do your own research. You might see those figures get, changed in other sources. So just be aware. All right. So I had an unbelievable interview with this beautiful soul, Vivian Chauvet, and she basically revealed some amazing information. So I highly recommend you guys see my last interview, Arcturian Talk, Connecting Jesus with Sananda. I was in tears. Yeah, Big Mike, the real Big Mike, not the fake Big Mike. I was brought to tears because I had a very good connection there. It was beautiful, very, very beautiful information. Talked about how the Draco reptilian, the malevolent ones, are basically being taken off planet and being held accountable. So fantastic information, stuff that was quite amazing to me. So also I listed her website and YouTube channel. Hope you guys jump in and check that out. Of course, I have effective EMF and 5G protection for your phone and computer. I have it on all of my products. My iMac that I'm working off right here, my other laptops, my phone. You can see it's got Tesla technology and the high-speed technology, not up to 9, but up to 12, and that's the highest. That's the best. All right. So Ascent Nutrition also. A lot of you guys have been jumping in, and I don't really advertise this, but I probably will in the future. I've been jumping into, I have Isogenics. I have an Isogenics account. Haven't talked about that in a while. I'll probably bring that back up because there's like tons of people like jumping in there. I don't know how you guys are finding me, but thank you for going in there. I'll put my links in there eventually, probably tomorrow. So you get the Ascent Nutrition. They have incredible stuff. And of course, in my unleashingintuition.com site, you got all my courses. Now, one of the reasons why I pull this up is it occurred to me, because I haven't really said this in a while, that the Ultimate Course Bundle, which has everything and a one-on-one with me. So it has my premier Unleashing Intuition Secret to Become the Master of Your Reality, which is the one that I recommend to start with. And then I have all the physique courses, and I have the one down here where you do the fast lane. See that guy right there? That's me. Yeah, I won a contest after, it was like, man, I think it was like 15 years I hadn't done a contest. And I was like, I'm going to do a contest and I'm going to win it. And I just had that focus, and I went out and did that. It's crazy how you can do that. But I talk about how you can lean down really quick. And then you can take that same diet, because I've had people that have been 50 and 60 pounds overweight and have stayed with that diet and have leaned all the way down 50, 60 pounds. It's unbelievable. I use that diet when I want to lean down. I'm getting ready to lean down real fast, real hard, and then just keep pushing it down. So anyway, I have all of this. I have a one-on-one coaching, my 3 books, Past Life Discovery, Unleashing Intuition, Spiritual Success. And I talk about all these things, remote viewing, remote healing, remote influencing. I talk about all of these things. But what I forgot to mention, what the beauty about doing the Ultimate Course Bundle is, once you become an Ultimate Course Bundle member, you are a member for life, no matter what price you pay for it. I have people that bought at $1,500 that still get every course that I release. And I'm getting ready to do a course on demons, taking out demons. So that's going to come out, and all of you that are in the Ultimate Course Bundle, no matter where you got in at, are going to get that. So that's the beauty. I keep forgetting to mention that. So I mentioned it now, that when you do the Ultimate Course Bundle, you will always be an Ultimate Course Bundle member. And 10 years from now, when I have like 50 more courses, you're still getting them all for free. So, it's great. So that's the beauty of that. I just want to bring that up. All right, guys, lots of love out there. I haven't done a meditation in a little while. Let me get my my new bowl. So somebody mentioned that they felt it in their head. Now, this new bowl is basically connection to source. It's basically crown chakra and above. It's into the next level of chakra. So we have like 12 different chakras. So it's all up into the next chakra. So a lot of people think we've got 7 chakras. No, there's lots more. And also into the third eye. So this one is like, you're going to really feel it in your head. You're going to feel it vibrate at a beautiful level. And I want you guys to experience that. I've been bringing this bowl out. This is a Lemurian bowl. So Lemurian time frame, Atlantis time frame, and all the way up to our current time. A lot of us have memories, past life memories of being Lemurian and Atlantis and so forth. Beautiful times. We're experiencing where basically we were hijacked. We're very loving, very giving back during the Atlantean time frames, and there was like a big war that happened, and the evil ones basically took advantage of our niceness. This time we're not being nice guys. No more nice guys. No more Mr. and Mrs. Nice Guy, right? We're going to keep moving into this ascension phase. We basically have positive galactic forces that are on our side, basically giving us covering our backs while we ascend. And a lot of you are like, doesn't look like it. So I've been telling you what's happening, and it will blow open here in a little bit, I believe. But just keep your focus. I mean, a lot of us don't focus on time, because just like those people who are behind the glass darkly and are screaming and yelling at us, fearful and negative and angry, we don't even hear them anymore. And I sometimes see them. I see them walking zombie around, and I'm like, oh, that's sad. And then I go about my business and stay very positive, very in the loving vibration. So let's get that beautiful bowl, and I'll bring it over, and you guys can experience that connection to source. Just close your eyes, just feel the vibration, good vibration, and it's a lovely thing. So be right back. Isn't that beautiful? Beautiful blue, like water, like Lemurian blue. So just feel that energy as we go forward. And I'm gonna put it down and run my little wand around it so it gets a nice little vibration going. So when I do it again, take in a deep breath. Taking a deep breath. The exhale, let any tension go that's in your body. Yes, it's a beautiful color, right? Now take in another deep breath. Any remaining tension, let it go with that exhale. That's right, Carmen. Let it go. Let it go. Whatever's on your mind, let it go and focus on that love energy that's coming in your system right now. So imagine a golden ball of light that's surrounding you. It's healing and protective. And I want you to go not just in that love vibration, but also into peace, joy. We're going to start to take you guys higher. I want to take you higher. So that's where we're going. We're going higher, even beyond and above the love vibration. Feel the joy, peaceful feeling come over you. That beautiful connection with Source, that enlightenment that comes with that connection. Let it come into every single cell, into your thought, and going forward. Remember this moment. You can always be in this beautiful state of consciousness. All it takes is a thought. All right, everyone. Lots of love out there. Stay in that love vibration. Don't let anybody take you out of it. That beautiful intuition come through and inform your life going forward. And the world is going